So let's talk about IP in China. There is no IP in China. And if you're thinking that you want to build sustainability around a business just purely on the basis of IP, then you shouldn't be playing in the Chinese market. China does protect IP from a policy standpoint, but the policy doesn't necessarily extend out into the competition. And to a large extent, I embrace that competition because I think part of it is that it is good to have people running after you. Therefore, then I think if you're really looking at China, you have to go beyond sort of the superficial IP, right? You have to start thinking about ways that you can actually really build a defendable or defensive strategy that can sustain itself, even in spite of competitions that can come after you with, low-cost copy devices, right? So I almost go into the Chinese market assuming that I have no IP protection. Now, it doesn't mean that I'm not going to file IP. I will file IP, but still my strategy shouldn't be built entirely based only on intellectual property because that in and of itself will fail. The sources of competitive advantage, I think, in China really starts with understanding what Chinese customers or hospitals value. So at the moment, there's still a huge emphasis around brand and quality. And arguably, these things are not very copyable, right? Because it takes a long time to actually build a brand, and it definitely also takes more than just IP to build a quality system. So if you are a trusted brand and you have a quality product, the market respects that. So in and of itself, these are competitive advantages that I do think that innovators from outside of China coming into China actually do have that serves their interests. The second piece of it, I think, also is your commercial strategies. Ideas are like 10% of the overall equation. 90% of being able to successfully take an innovation out to market comes in the form of execution, and execution in the form of people. So, in a large way, foreign multinational companies, what they have that Chinese companies do not have is a global reference point, right? Because we operate in so many other countries around the globe, to a large extent, the Chinese do want to learn from best practices. You shouldn't just ignore the strengths that you bring to the table, which are the quality, the brand, the global network. I mean, these things are all valued by Chinese customers.